It does look like Vamo Querer are looking to take this fight as well. They have been able to kind of lock Mind into a corner here, and they've got the high ground. I mean, this is a fight that should be won, and they are getting damage done as well. The reward for winning this fight, they have a ring console here. They have got the ability to be able to use that, but post-kill from behind.
Oh, and Sens might go down as well, and it's all up to Querer now. The question is, can Querer get away? I don't think he can, Dan.
Not a chance. A slither of health. You can dive, dodge, dip as much as you want, but even with an ultimate here, the likelihood is Querer should go down, but it looks like it's going to be an unsuccessful attempt of... Wow, what is happening here? Wait, one more split second and maybe there was a chance, but it is going to be Vamo Querer, excuse me, going down. Not Vamos, that's very different.
Which means they now can move off of this little position they were bunkered down in to use these rocks as great cover to look for third parties. And I think they want to try and push this position under the bridge. And there is your answer. And there is Slab with a turbocharged Havoc, causing Havoc himself.
Yeah, this is onto Orgless N Hungry, and they were holding this position for quite some time, but E6 knew this could be a good spot. This could be a spot that could potentially win them the game, but Orgless N Hungry are stalling this one, which is going to be a frustrating scenario for E6, that's for sure. As elsewhere, there's plenty of action happening. E6 continue to push forward. Infinite go down. 6 squads now remain.
Wingman and a dream. I think I saw Swinny tweet something like Havoc balanced as he beamed someone off of a roof the other day. And here's the example. Swinny's found his gun, everyone. And let me tell you, it does damage. That is another clean wipe. Nobody goes down. The shield swaps are comfortable. And now it is a 3v3. But damage already been done. And I tell you what, I don't see E6 losing this one. But I stand corrected. The knocker's coming from Nags.
Yeah, this is going to be so important if you can get the damage done, but Swinny has the digi threat, and he gets the Havoc out of the back pocket. Just needs to reload, you imagine. But this is so difficult in the smoke, and he can't get it done. 07 holding the position for the majority of the game, get the victory. Nasty's going to be happy again. It doesn't matter if it takes 2, 3, 4 takes. He'll get it done.
But this is completely isolated, by the way. Cybercats is going to take them about... They're the closest team, and they've just left Pylon to Jurassic. So I don't think they're going to be too much of an influence on this fight. But a listening is available. Let's see how the comms goes. The fight now takes place.
Almost correct. I'm popping a bat. The mic queue up. Still Horizon.
No Horizon.
One down. Jump.
Nice. Yeah,
I'm going inside. Sliding in. I'm waiting.
Wait for bomb.
I'm going. 51. Nice. Play slow, please. I'm playing slow.
Give me one. Dead. No, chill, play cover.
I'm going.
I might go down here. I'm dead. It's on you.
LVH stand tall, and they will win that fight. Wall goes down as well. They've had to give up their height. Aimbot needs to get this battery popped because he has a wingman. He can turn a fight, and look at this. Cold, who tried to extend to take down the final 2 players of Infinite, took so much damage in the back from the likes of Alliance, from the likes of Passion, that now they are in a problem themselves. Infinite Aimbot manages to get one. But can he survive? This has been survivability at its best coming in from these 2 players.
They're unlikely to win the game from this position. Now it's just about damage control. Get as much KP. Get as far as you can into placements as another team arrives. But another team is held off. Mind eliminated. Infinite still going. And it's going to be more shreds coming through. But I don't think they're going to be able to survive for much longer. Passion go down and they're into the top 3.
They're into the top 3 and he's still got the wingman. He's still got an opportunity to get another. Aimbot takes another down. Infinite finally fall, but it's Orgless N Hungry versus Alliance to see who is going to be champion in our game number 2. Alliance up on the high ground. Orgless N Hungry, they had to stick a res themselves. Damage comes in from effect, and now you're going to see Hackett's trying to move in with a shield swap, trying to swing with his digi on the R9.
And maybe it can be another victory for Yuki to put under his belt before he leaves the squad, because they've got the damage, and this should just be clean up now. Easy as that. 1, 2, 3. Alliance take match number 2.
We've got a revved up Rampage, and I'll tell you what, this triple swing, it can do so much damage. Ow! Oh, I felt that one in my bones. I don't know about you. There's even more damage coming in as well, and Vamo Querer, unfortunately, it is going to be good night, sweet dreams once again by the looks of things. One does go down for mine, but that is going to be them being tucked in and kissed on the forehead as they're sent to bed, Dan. That is 3 games now. No real points to talk about. 2 contests lost. Vamo Querer, a rough start for them. 07 feeling a little bit fruity, and it's because they've got a wingman. Damage comes in, but not good enough. This is a very aggressive push, and it works out for them. Respawn Beacon just called in to give a little bit more cover here from 07, but the wingman, Dan, we've mentioned it so many times already in the first 2 games. It can be a difference maker. One headshot, 95 damage. It changes a fight almost immediately. And that is in the hands of 07, so if they can hit a few shots here, then that might be the difference maker. But E6 are going to try and make their move. They try and use the grav lift just to avoid all of the Bangalore rolls coming down, and they are going to land on their side of the wall, and now they can spray, now they can pray and see if they can pick up the KP onto 07.
So much damage being done, so many teams being involved in this one as well, but who's going to take it here?
Element 6 will be eliminated. Cold will be eliminated as well. It's 07 who survive all of that carnage. Amphi still has the wingman. He also has some smokes to play with, but it's a 2v2 situation now. Nasky gets the shield swap as well. And now, look at the angles being taken by Amphi. The controller man, who was picked up to do exactly this, is moving in to close this game out. 07 win 2 games already today out of the 3. Stormpoint, the issues have been addressed.
What a performance from 07 as well. They held that. Well, Aftermath with the RE45. I love the RE45 in the early stages, by the way. It's kind of replaced the alternator for me. And look how aggressive they're trying to be at picking up from this initial damage. And tries to hide in the smoke, but doesn't get the kills just. Oh, finally. Okay, they do trade out, and it's going to be 2 versus 2.
I was just as surprised as everybody was there, where I just saw a player stood there. Presuming they don't have a gun, by the way, off drop, you would imagine. But at the moment, it's going to be Vibes who's trying to hold off an army pushing. But look at Jay Hanzo. He's got a little flank going on here. Life in has gone down, and now it's all up to Vibes. But he does have a peacekeeper. Oh, no, he's only got a Sentinel and a flatline to work with. So we'll have to see if he can hit some big shots. But a Sentinel can change fights, Dan. But it's about hitting the shot. You can't afford in this situation, with 2 players alive, to not swing together and let him pick you off one by one.
Is playing the conduit as well, so that does help you with shields if you can take that initial damage, then quickly pop the Q. But they're playing this slow, they're playing this careful, and I love this. Force him away from the knockdown, but the 70 does chunk, and it chunks again.
No ammo. In the meantime, as we see a lot of damage being done as Element 6, surprise, surprise, are alive. They have a red shield on one of their players, and it's time to send Slam in to do what he does best, and that is output damage in the highest way possible. They will clear up a lot of damage. They will take a spot. Cybercats now using that portal, like you mentioned, to try and get into a safe position and away from the traffic. If they can do this, they can shoot back at everyone trying to move in, but Ranches will fall. Stay Healthy will be eliminated in the meantime, and now Zanaya is trying to get those caustic barrels down just to provide some cover.
Yeah, the gas was sent out as well just to try and grief those teams who were arriving, but Cybercats are being shot at from Vamo Querer, who are holding main position. As you said, they hold a prime spot, but there's still KP being picked up. 3 squads now remain. Cybercats will fall, and it is suddenly Aftermath versus VQ, and VQ have held this position for so long, and they are surrounding Aftermath.
They have great positioning here as well. They have a great spread. They're trying to make sure that every angle that they try and move from is going to be cut off. Aftermath trying to isolate one play. They do get the smokes down. They do have a digi, but there's damage coming in from the back from Kishira. Should be enough here to open the door for Vamo Querer to finally not just put points on the board here in the first game on World's Edge, but pick up a first win. Vamo Querer return to the fore and finally find some form. Yeah, a little bit of a different zone. I will say the zones today have been pretty well split across the map. We've had some extreme north and then some extreme south. We had a couple of central-ish, I would say, on Storm Point as well. Exactly, probably about central as you can get on Storm Point, actually, with the zone pool that did actually happen outside of Stormcatcher. But Exo Clan are probably thinking, let's not talk about that for now. Let's talk about what's going on in front of us, because young Hong Kong, oh, he's got to be a young god right now if he wants to win this one. But there's one way of maybe doing it. Well, unfortunately taken down. 07 win that early fight, Dan. Orgless N Hungry, they can kind of grief Cybercats here. Any damage that is done could create the opening, and there is a potential grief coming in. That's going to slow things down, but they do have the Kraber. 1 bullet. I always mention how it can change fights. Alonzi here can hit 1 bullet with his Kraber. It could change this fight.
Oh, they're taking a little bit of a chunk here. Looks up to the skies, but there's been enough damage here now. This is just going to be simple as for Outplayed as they start to finish up the pieces. Cybercats fall, and it's going to be a top 2 for Orgless N Hungry, but it is going to be Outplayed who clean it up and get the victory here in match number 5, as they should, with the position that they had found themselves in.
Yeah, really, really good job there from Outplayed in those final, I would say, 2 zones. They managed to hold off and be aware that there might be a late rotate behind them coming in from 2R1C.
It's about go time for everyone. 2R1C are going to have to move on the far south, but they'll be moving right into Alliance here as Yuki hits the headshot. Let's jump into it, listen it.
You good. You good. There's another team.
It's fine, just
Kill him.
we're gonna evac.
Popping
We're
it
gonna
back,
evac.
popping it back, it's popping it back.
I'm dead.
Effect someone.
I'm dead. He's dead, knocked down.
I'm on a wall, I guess.
Yeah.
Right behind this wall.
8 seconds. Oh no,
Where
hard
are they?
shooting.
Where are they?
Behind knockdown. One guy far left.
I'm
I'm gonna
burning.
my that.
Kill. Heal.
Unfortunately for Alliance, hackers can't make it through the fire and the flames, but I will say he's still alive. He's got a Kraber, can't quite connect. He's trying to play in and around this catwall. The no-scope's not quite connecting. Maybe 3rd time lucky. Well, doesn't get time to reload. And unfortunately for Alliance, and of course everybody who's been supporting Yuki on his journey, that will be the end of the road for them and Yuki on this lineup.
Cybercats in 5th right now. Vamo Querer in 8th, and who's the other team? And Full English are in 11th. So these are all teams who really need these points. And look at the amount of Watsons. Look at the amount of fences that are down.
I mean, Vamo Querer have zone, and I think the Full English want to try and take it off them. They get damage in. Sir Dell flies in with the Volt. Another 100 spray, but it's a 2v2, and surely this just means Cybercats can move in and finish off this damage. It's a little bit messy in the endgame here. Cybercats do move in. 2 squads still remain, but it looks like this will be Cybercats, who after the last game put themselves in a position to win. This time they do win. They call themselves champions, and at the end of the day, we have yet another winner here in EMEA.
And Cybercats send themselves into joint 2nd place from 9th place in just a matter of 3 fights. Incredible.